Morning, everybody, and welcome to today's Sunday Q&A, which today is recorded on Saturday morning. Got up early because I've got a lot to do because I was busy yesterday. That's nice, isn't it? Busy on the exchange. I got 3 jobs done, which is going in a lorry. And in the day, it wasn't like I was loaded the night before or loaded ready to go. First pickup was like 7 till 10:30, and then 11 till 1:30, and then 12 until like 3:30, and they're done. You know, I was running about 4, 5 o'clock. It was something like that. It was kind of worked out all right. Everything just went my way. Fought on, 15 minutes both sides, not too far apart, and I ended up in Hatfield, which isn't too bad. So what have we got here? Right, this week, introduction from WCB Overlooked. Who's Shane? Hello, Shane. He said about the podcast. Now, the Q&A is a podcast. You can Google it. It's Pete the Trucker. I'll probably do a link. Or I think it's on Spotify and it's on Apple and all that stuff. So if you want to listen to it rather than watch it, you can do it when you're driving, far away. He said the podcast is a good one when out in the motor. Still come to watch Q&A regardless. Thank you very much, Shane. Just to let us know the podcast is out there. So before we go on, Fuel Watch, which I think is White Van Man's Christen's Fuel Watch. We get this one out of the way early, so you want to know what your fuel's gone up a little bit this week. I've got Watson's at 111.82. I've got Motia at 111.99. It's 112, isn't it? It's 0.01 of a penny. Just say 112. UK fuels this week is the cheapest at 110.63, but my boys at Xpress Fuels are coming at 110.76, and the joy with Xpress Fuels is the fact it's consistent, whereas UK Fuels, we know, work on a ratchet system. Just as full disclosure, I have done a video this week for them. I don't get any money out of them. They bought me a bottle of champagne at Christmas. But this isn't one of those sponsored videos. It looks like it's a sponsored video because I'm keen on the guys, but it's not. But it will show you, it demonstrates the Prime card, which is a new card they've got coming out, where you can get from them now, and how it works. You don't have to have it. Have it if you want, don't if you don't. It makes no difference to me, honestly, none. But, and like I say, you mention my name when you ring if you want, don't if you don't. Makes no difference. Just be nice for them to know they're getting supported, like. But it's good because you've got 3, you haven't got 2 structures like core and non-core, you've got 3. You've got this Prime thing. Anyway, you watch the video. It's coming out on Wednesday. Right, so this week, Now this is fuel prices commence. Right, White Van Man said, I said, where were you last week? He went, I was here. Yeah, chances are you probably were. It probably was pilot error. Because last week we were looking at 109.15 for Watson's, 109.31 for Motia, 106 was UK Fuels. They were cheapest last week. Anyway, so yeah, long and short of it, you're going to be paying a little bit more this week. You should be looking for I would say round about the 111 mark. 111 point something is fine. 110 point something is better. More than that, get on the phone. And White Man said, yeah, just check. And he had his ones for this week. His ones this week were Watson's at 108, Silvey at 108, and Tate at 109. So yeah, like I say, last week we were looking at round about the 109 mark. I would say this week we're looking around about 111. Okay, the main video was on the 7.5 tonne, which is like Shane Hardy asked me. I'll be honest with you, Shane. I recorded this video before Christmas. I've got a few of them backed up, and I'm doing one fresh, one not, because I backed up so many. I haven't got around to doing them. But this is long overdue. What about running a 7.2 tonne? Running like maybe one of those sort of jumbo Luton things. And he said, WCB Overlook, but he said, if the truck can confuse the customer, they don't do it. The problem is customers, they're not always the sharpest. So you rock up and they go, oh, I booked a 7.5 tonne. Yeah, it is a 7.5 tonne. But in my mind, they said 7.5 tonne, and they've seen like the Coke lorry off the telly. Or they go, oh, that's a bit big for down here. It's only, we did say no bigger than 7.5 tonne. It is 7.5 tonne. 7.5 tonne doesn't specify the size of the vehicle, it specifies the weight it will take. I have driven 7.5 tonne trucks, which are bigger than some 18 tonne trucks, because they were foam wagons. They were designed for moving foam. They were designed for foam. So the foam firm bought them because they knew that they would need to fill them with as much foam as they possibly could, but they didn't need anything over the 7.5 ton, because even if you filled an ocean liner full of foam, it still doesn't weigh anything because it's foam. It's like clouds. So, but when they say 7.5 ton, they want truck. They don't want van. Keith Mayo said, the problem with the Iveco is it just doesn't have enough puff, max that full weight line. He said 180 brake horsepower, but 350 torque. Better if you're looking for the lighter 7.5 ton, the Isuzu N75 190, and still super skinny to do inner city drops. See, now that's handy. I mean, my mate Giuseppe, he runs 12 tons. I said, what's the point of a 12 ton? He says, London. You can get a little bit of a smaller vehicle, you can get it around, but you do London. And I've seen them Isuzu. The only thing I don't like about the Isuzu is it's got a cab like one of those. You remember them Suzuki vans? He's not big. He's a big Dave. He was big. He used to drive one of these Suzuki vans. He looked like a naughty cartoon. He'd come out of it. You think, Christ, Dave, is there any room left in the van for anything by you? But yeah, I can see the point of some of them. But that was it on this week's video, which brings us to this week's miscellaneous. My mate Lee, I'm speaking to him. He's back from his holidays. Hello, Lee. He says, right, this is to do with a new app. He says they still haven't sorted out the map situation. This is the new CX app, and there's a bit where you can go to map, and it's supposed to take you to where you go. Be careful of that. He said they still haven't sorted out the map situation. It happened again this week. It took me to the wrong business address. I'm afraid it's not good enough. Lee, you sound like points of view, mate. Why is the makeup of my chromosomes. I'm afraid it's not good enough. My advice would be to copy and paste the address to your chosen sat-nav account, or just get the postcode off the app. 5 minutes, guys. When you get it in, double check it. I'm going to Google this. I'm going to Google Earth it. I found Gary's Carpets in Corby. I'm just going to double check to make sure there's not just two. I did this in Willesden once. I went to one place in Willesden because I put it in the sat and put the name down. He went, yeah, no, there's two. You want the one that's 3 miles down the road, or 2 miles down the road. It wasn't far. It's Willesden. It took me 15 minutes to get there. I thought I didn't need to do this. So a little bit more. It's more less haste, more speed. Just a little bit more time before you head off. So I think, gotta go. It will save you time in the long run. He said, can we talk about loyalty? Lately, he's got a problem with this. I've been bidding on jobs for companies that I've done loads of work for, and I've had no problems whatsoever in being late for the leader. He's been there on time, done the job, everybody loves him. He said, I do one for my regular customers. He said, they own their own driver's app. I'm still finding it hard. Still trying to find it hard getting work out of them. Is there really any loyalty in the game? Oh, I don't believe there is. I'm convinced the only way is the cheapest price and 100% positive feedback counts for nothing. Well, I would agree with you there. I mean, it's all about money. And that whole thing about, you do it, Peter, I ain't got that money on the job. You're right, I'll do it for you cheap. I'll do it for you cheap, Simon. But come January, you remember me. Yeah, of course I will. Yeah, of course I will. January. Right, Simon, that job, yeah, I bid 180. I've got bids to 150. Did you remember the come January bit? The bit where I said, you give it to me because I done it cheap. Oh, that's something strangely. I've got selective amnesia. Oh, did you say that? I don't remember that. I've got 150. I can just see 150. Forget it. Just the truth of the matter is, the career game is very much every man for himself. Central message of Buddhism there. Right, Godzilla's response to this, which I thought was quite interesting, so I put it down. He said, loyalty is built on demand of the customer. I had companies calling me who I would bill directly, and others who would call me up and assign me through the CX because fees for counting. I found some customers use me on a basis of 100% of the time. I would inform them of real-time ETAs. On completion, 100% of the time, I would inform them the job was complete, whom had signed. So it's the fact is the no aggravation. I tell you where I am. I don't co-load. I go straight there, and I've got your proper paperwork, and everything will be uploaded. He said some customers would exclusively use me because I would go into their premises and find a load myself. They were used to this saves on manpower and hassle. Others would go because you speak the language, which is kind of a thing, which is fair enough. I mean, in the nicest possible way. I put my hat up to anybody who comes and tries to make a living for themselves. But it is a problem when you're trying to explain to someone who's not an indigenous member of the population where some warehouse is, which I can't find. I've driven up and down the road for it 3 times and been on. I had one on. I had to pick up some. I went to Wicksteed Park. Never been to Wicksteed Park before. Very nice. I said, whereabouts in Wicksteed Park? I thought it was a business address. I thought it was, like Icknield Way Business Park. No, it's an actual park. It's got fairground rides and a betting zoo and a place where they do outside fitness and turn over tyres. And it was like 2 great big pistons. I had to go to like the fairground bit. The guys I picked them up from, it was somewhere in Birmingham, on the main road in Birmingham, and I had drove up in there. The sat-nav took me to one place, it wasn't there. Then I put in the actual name of the place, it took me somewhere else, it wasn't there. Then I'm on the phone and the guy's going, I'm not really sure where you are, but come down this road. You see the bit where it says no right turn right there. Yeah, it says no right turn, everybody does. I didn't need to, I was going the other way. Anyway, found them. They were great. It were 2 really old blokes, one Irish fella on the forks and one sort of Brummie guy standing next to him. And they were just, they were hilarious. I said to him, I said, when you finish work, do you two then, are you like a double act? Do you go down to social work in men's class? It was a real pleasure to meet him. Offered me a cup of tea. Fixed me back. I had a bolt had fallen off from the bit where I shut my door. I said, I've got a bolt. I said, have you got a nut to go with it? And while you're at it, have you also got a spanner and a ratchet? And do you know how to do it? He fixed it for me. I said, how much do I owe you? He went, lovely, lovely people. But anyway, so the long and the short of it is, this is quite long, but I think he said, Godzilla's point is, he says in the words of Andrew Tate, don't ask, I don't know. He says, make yourself valuable. Make yourself valuable and let them know you are. And I think this is the point. A lot of the time, I think I would do a sterling job, but I would just assume that they go, oh, he's done a good job. They wouldn't even notice. So point it out. Like, I've done it. Everything's fine. Everything's fantastic. Remember me in the future. I'm great. Remember names. It's also quite nice if you can actually ring people up, like shippers. I know quite a few shippers by first name now. So, like local firms, hello, Simon. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Tracy. How you doing? Cheryl, hello Cheryl, makes a difference, but yeah, hopefully Lee, you will get to the bottom of your loyalty chagrin. Argent Mahoney says, I like transits, they keep going, you weld them up. He's dead right. It's a workhorse. It's not the most slickest of van, it hasn't got as many cup holders as a Mercedes, it maybe doesn't look quite so funky, but they go and they carry it away. And they're cheap and parts are plenty. Nothing, not to be said for Transit. Transit Custom, don't get me started, but Transits. And then he says, someone else is going to say, this was to do with like the CPC training. He says, 10 days seems excessive, but sometimes the school will put 2 trainees in one trainer. That was at the time taken. I'm not quite sure where he's going with this one. He said, in addition, you have to do a day or multiple days to attend, to do the hazard perception, multiple choice and case studies. Yeah, that's to do with, you do your theory, you do your hazard. It's just a journey of 1,000,000 miles. Just do what you're told. What have I got to do? You've got to pass your theory test. All right, pass my theory test. What have I got to do now? I've got to do medical. Okay, go and do medical. What have I got to do now? Okay, we're taking you out on the road for 4 days to learn you how to drive this Arctic. Okay, I'll do that. And you do it, and the guy says, well done, here's a piece of paper, and you're good to go. Yes, this is to do with CPCs. I'm afraid I'm kind of losing you here, so I beg your pardon. I kind of lost that one a little bit, sorry. Dale Steele says, the CX is not a backload platform. I don't understand why people say why. I earn a living out of it. I had a good day on Friday. That's not for everybody. No, you do you. Not everything's for everybody. I'm not trying to convert the world to be careers. There was an interesting thing on the radio, which is the Reese Witherspoon thing. And it was, don't chase your dreams. Chase what your talents are. And I thought, that makes perfect sense. I mean, a lot of people probably go, well, what about this, what about that? Everybody wants to be an influencer now. It's like, do what you're good at. And, do what you're good at that you can actually get a job doing. I might be really good at drawing trees. There's not a lot of work there's not a lot of demand for people who need someone to draw trees. But I'm also quite good at putting things in boxes. This is all the makings of your lucky day. Yeah, do what you're good at. And in conclusion this week, John Smith, this was a Do the Cockney video, which is probably up to 80,000 views now. He said, great stuff. Not enough to cover my bottle and glass. Not bottle and glass, John. Harris. Not enough to cover my Harris. And it's not Harris as in Harris, but we drop the H because we're Cockneys. It's Harris because it's short for Aristotle. Glass and bottle, Aristotle. Bottle and glass. Bit of a confusing Q&A today, I've got to be honest with you. Partly, I think, because I've got this funny pad thing, and I looked and it had 33%, and I thought, I wonder if I'm going to get to the end before the 33% dies. And it's gone off now, but it might still be working, but it doesn't matter at the end. It's getting, do you know what? Getting lighter in the morning. That's lovely. I get up at I'm up at like 5:30, but by the time I'm at the lorry 6:30, you can see it breaking through. Fantastic. Bring on the spring. An easier, warmer way to take care, take money. Oh, and the first draft of the book is nearly finished. I'm hoping to have it done by the end of the weekend. Watch this space.